Hello, I wanted to take you through how to do the upload into iNaturalist for our insect collection. So I'm going to start from the beginning here, and you should have already downloaded the app on your phone or onto the Chromebook, preferably both. But you can always use the link here in our classroom. And if you go in, if you've added it, it should pop up like this, and your profile should be up here in the upper right hand corner. And so I want to show you where your research is. So if you'll go to your picture, whatever you had, if you haven't put a picture in, it may just be a letter like of your first or last name, and go to profile. Then that's going to pull up your observations. It should have your name, when you joined, etc. And here are your observations. Okay, so I have 3 observations. I can click on that. And this is going to give me everything that I have uploaded into the iNaturalist app or on my Chromebook under my account. And this is where you're going to get your insects identified. So you should have a lot more in this section that are actually going to appear in your insect collection. So for regular environmental science, I would expect you to have 40 or 50 observations in here. And for honors, I would expect you to have over 100 observations in here, because what we're going to do is we're going to cherry pick the very best insects that we can for our actual insect collection. So when you are doing your insect collection, you'll notice up here at the top, this is the URL for your observations. I want you to hit Control-C and copy that. And then that is where you're going to put this part of your insect collection, where it says link to my iNaturalist observations. So you actually are going to put that in, and Control-C will allow you to enter that in so that I can go in and see your research, okay? So that's where that's going to go. It's a link to where your research is being done. So if we go back to our observations here, remember that it is not usable until this turns green over here. You can't use it in your insect collection until this turns green. So this one right here, I've got entered as flies. My order is Diptera, and I'm pretty sure that's correct because that's what the app told me when I uploaded the picture. I hit view suggestions and it said it was a fly, but it still needs observation. So if I click on that, I can see that no one has commented yet. So that one's still waiting for observation. I've got notes in here where I found it in a meadow on a leaf, gray and black stripes with reddish eyes. I can go ahead and say that I know that it's alive, and that I know that it's an adult because it's flying around. So that gives me 2 annotations. And once I have an ID, I can answer what it is and actually put it into our biodiversity project. I don't really want to do that until I've got a good observation with at least 2 observations from casual observers or 1 research grade observation. But if we go back, we can see that I've got 2 pictures that have a green light over here, and it says research grade, which means that somebody who knows what they're talking about has helped me identify this. So I put this picture in, and then I hit suggest, and the app suggested that it's a meadow plant bug. And this is its genus and species right here. And so I can compare and see if I think it looks like that bug. And I agree. I think it looks like that bug. You can read more about it here and where it's been observed in the past. So I'm going to select that taxon. So I agree that it's a meadow plant bug. I've gone ahead and I've marked it as an adult and alive, and I've added it to our insect project. I'm probably going to use that one because I know that it's in the order Hemiptera, and it meets one of the criteria for my selection. So at this point, I can go in and I can take the genus and species, which is these 2 words right here, and I can use those to do a Google search on information for it. Because remember, in our collection, we have to answer some questions. So I would go in, and I'm just going to add it down here at the bottom. and it's order Mitra. And I'll show you where I got that in just a minute. Okay, then I'm going to take that picture, hopefully, if I've still got it, and I'm going to put it in. So insert, and you would have downloaded this onto your Chromebook. I've just got it on my computer. So I'm going to go in here and get my picture. Ooh, it's a little big, so I'm going to make it smaller because we don't need them that big. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to get my information from my observation. Okay, so it tells me when I found it and where I found it up here. So I can add that, and I'm going to put it right below in parenthesis. I can't remember what it was, September 9th, 2020. So September 9th, 2020. Let's go back up to the top. So 9/9/2020, and I'm going to put comma in there, Manchester, Tennessee, and then Benton, comma M. Okay. I think that's sort of the way we had it done up here. Oh, I had an extra parenthesis, so we'll just do that. We'll close it there and then open it here. Okay, so now it is my photo that I've got in my collection, and it wants this identification here. So this is our common name, scientific name, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species, all of which are the classification. So if I go out into Google and I type in my genus and species, which I just had that copied and pasted, then I can go into any of these websites and get that information. But I'm just going to use Wikipedia because it's easiest. Okay, Control C copies, and then I'm just going to hit enter down. And you may have to do some formatting here, like so it's not in that same format. But if you highlight and I think you can paste without formatting. Yeah, I'm going to delete that. Let me delete it. Undo. If you right click and you paste without formatting, you should get it. Okay. And so just make it neat. And the other thing that I want you to do is in genus and species, these are usually underlined. So I want you to go ahead and underline those so that they are the way they should look. Okay. And the next thing it wants, if we go up and look at our example, is life cycle, habitat, range, food, etc. So I'm just going to copy that so I don't have to retype everything, and then I'll delete the information. So we're going to delete what it was for the one ahead of it. And then we're just going to go in and Google those words. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to go back into Google, and I've already got that up there, so I'm going to put life cycle, and I'm going to get some information on that. So this says the meadow plant bug is an insect in the Myrridae family found in grassy areas in most of all Europe, Asia Minor, Caspian Sea, and North America. And I don't see anything on that, so I'm going to go back out and see if I can find it somewhere else. Bugguide.net is pretty good. Oh, look here. Habitat is there. Food is there. So I can go ahead and get food. And go ahead and take that because I know that's one of my questions. Control V. And anyway, you're just going to go through and complete all that that information. So it takes some time. It is not difficult, however. And remember, this is 2 test grades, so you need to make sure that you complete it and do a good job. Now, one thing that I didn't mention, it's in the directions, but I'm not sure I mentioned it in every class, is that you have to have more than one order. So you couldn't have 10 beetles, okay? You'd have to have 5 orders represented in regular and 10 orders represented in honors. So I don't go out and look for a particular insect. I collect as many as I can, and then I make sure that I have all my orders represented. So again, you have to have at least 5 of these orders represented in your regular environmental science collection, and you have to have at least 10 of these orders represented in honors collections. And I know we went out today and found probably 5. I know we found a stink bug, we found a bunch of termites, we found ants, we found a fly, we found butterflies, we found grasshoppers. So it's really not that hard to do. Just make sure that you represent 5 orders if you're in regular with 10 insects, or 10 orders with 20 insects in honors. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, because I'd rather you ask me questions than not make a good grade on this. And other than that, good places to find insects are at the light at night. If you'll turn on your outside lights, they'll come to you. You can take good pictures there. They like to be where the food's at. So they're not going to be in the woods under the dead leaves. They're going to be on the grass and in flowers, on tree leaves, where there's like rotting fruit. You could actually set up rotting fruit and they'll come to you, like put orange slices or apple slices outside. They like pools, and they get caught in the pool filter, so you can look there. But you need to get as many loaded into iNaturalist as you can, so you can select the very best ones for your collection. All right, good luck.